Good evening. My name is Wayne Jackson, and I am the director of the Multicultural Academic Support Services Office, and we welcome you to Excellence in Action. This is always one of the events that I love the most because where on the UCF campus can you bring together 700 scholars all at one time who are excellent in academics? And so we have decided, and we do this every year, we want to recognize the fact that you have done well academically at the University of Central Florida. Now, this year is even more special, one, because, well, it's virtual. We all see that. And two, because in order for you to have the GPA that you have in a virtual environment, it calls for tenacity, persistence, dedication, and grit. And so we are excited to honor you today for your academic achievements at UCF. And we have a great program planned for you. And so one of the things, if you know anything about mass and you know anything about me, it is all about developing connections. We want to make sure that you are connected to different departments. And so we have some of our partners here this evening who are going to talk to you about opportunities that might be available to you. But then also, we want you to know that this is your evening. Hopefully next year, we'll be able to do this live. So if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, or a senior, super senior, and you're coming back, hopefully next year we will be able to invite you to a face-to-face Excellence in Action as we normally do every year. But once again, this is an event and this is an evening where we are just excited to honor you for your academic achievements because we know that this has been a hard and a difficult year. And so you, as an individual who, despite all the obstacles, despite all the problems, despite everything you went through, you persevered and you excelled. And so once again, we just want to say thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for hanging in there. And this night is for you. And so what I want to do is introduce some of the individuals that will be presenting to you before we have our guest speaker. And so we are having representatives from the Office of Undergraduate Research. Audrey Kupperman will be the presenter. Experiential Learning, Sandra Leon Barth will be presenting for Experiential Learning. And the Knights of Distinction and Rocio Tonos will be the presenter for the Knights of Distinction. And so once Rocio finishes her presentation, we will have Dheeraj Lawani, who will introduce our keynote speaker, who is Miss Tammy Nadeau. So once again, sit back, relax, and hopefully you will enjoy tonight's ceremony. And so first coming up will be Audrey Kupperman from the Office of Undergraduate Research. Audrey, go right ahead.
Welcome. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. All right, I am going to pull this up. So I would first like to echo those sentiments, right? This has been a tough year. And so if you are here, you belong here. And we are so grateful for all the work that you've put in. And so I'd like to offer a couple of comments, some guidance around getting started in undergraduate research. Some of you may already be doing this, and others, if you're here, you have, as Dr. Jackson said, the grit and the tenacity to be wonderfully successful in that endeavor. And so, our mission is to make sure that every single student has the opportunity and the ability to get engaged with undergraduate research or creative scholarship. And I really frame that mission in two ways, two types of questions that y'all might have. And I will keep my own copy of the Q&A up in case anyone has questions later. But the first, you might be here, I'm interested in research and what do I do now? Or, given that how many of you are so successful already, maybe some of you are doing research through one particular program and wondering what else you can get involved in. And my office is really here to make sure that you are fully supported in whatever phase of the research process you might currently be in. And so really quickly, I want to talk just a smidge about this idea of what is research, right? I get this question far more frequently than I think folks might expect. And I want to talk about it specifically because I think many of us envision, right, very specifically labs and white coats and beakers and goggles, but it looks very different in different fields. And I'd encourage all of you, to take a look at what your faculty members are doing outside of the classroom, right? So many are engaged in research in all sorts of ways, whether that's creating new theater pieces or better understanding all the world's restaurant menus was a really interesting research project I recently heard about. So fabulously successful, I clicked too fast, fabulously successful students like you are doing things like presenting their research as early as next week. I hope some of you all will stop by the Student Scholar Symposium, also to be held online, and learn a little bit about what your peers are up to, or maybe I'll see some of you there. They also are able to publish, right? We have a journal on this campus just for undergraduates. Many of the students engaged in undergraduate research are also working through programs that are earning them course credit or their paid opportunities with scholarships, stipends, wages, which I know is so important, especially coming out of this year. So all sorts of opportunities, but why do this, right? You all are fabulously successful in the classroom already, but getting involved outside of the classroom, whether it's through undergraduate research or through experiential learning or Nights of Distinction, right? These are all the sorts of opportunities that are going to continue to set you farther apart in terms of getting letters of recommendation, building out your dream resume, and really making you successful when it gets to interviews, whether those interviews are for graduate school, the workforce, or what have you. And so that's really our goal, is to continue to push you on the trajectory you're already on for more and more success. And so to that vein, right, as I mentioned, there's an event you can come visit next week, but I also want to highlight that our office is still doing several things currently all online. So we do workshops, and actually this is fabulously timed because our next workshop is next week on Tuesday, March 30th, apologies all, or the following week even. So we would love to get in touch with you about how you can get started as early as this summer or even next fall. Now, if an hour and a half or an hour-long workshop doesn't feel like might be the right fit for you, I have to say I'm really biased. The Summer Research Academy is a summer B program, and if you are, early on your career at UCF, this is one of the best options for getting involved in undergraduate research. Now, I might be a little biased because a decade ago, I was sitting in the seats of the Summer Research Academy and learning about how I could get involved. So I strongly encourage taking a look at this program. It's a great fit for folks like you all who are already so successful. So the final thing I'll say is that we have many students in our office who are trained, experienced mentors who are currently involved in their own undergraduate research. And for them, they are already available to speak with you at your convenience. So we offer peer mentoring every day of the week. You can find the directions on how to meet with them on our website. And what they'll do is sit down and think about what is best for you. What do you need? How can we find a research opportunity that is interesting to you and set you up for success? So I hope that you'll find those. Now, the last thing I have to say is that we can be found on the internet a number of different ways. My favorites currently are definitely our website, our.ucf.edu, and our Instagram channel is doing really great work at pushing out timely information about things like those workshops or the deadline for the summer research. So I hope that we'll hear from you. You can reach anyone in our office via email at our@ucf.edu. We are so excited to congratulate you once again on all of your success and to welcome you into the undergraduate research family.
Okay, thanks so much, Aubrey. So my name is Sandra Leon Barth, and I'm a faculty member with Experiential Learning. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about our program. Hopefully you've heard of us. We are the centralized main internship co-op program, and we also have other resources and programs that fall under our umbrella. And so just like the name, Experiential Learning, everything that you would learn about and touch base with our office is going to be about learning through doing. Okay, so it's all the things that are going to involve you in gaining that experience through internships that's relevant to your major, job shadowing, connecting with the Nights of Distinction program, service learning, and so on. So this is our building. We're located in the Career Services and Experiential Learning building, which is along the Memory Mall on campus. But currently we are having all of our appointments virtually. We do use Handshake, which I'll go into detail about, and you can make appointments with us through Handshake, okay? And so what do we offer students? What is the main reason that you would connect with our program? Well, you can meet with faculty that work within our office for internship advising. If you're wanting to find out more about what kinds of opportunities you can seek, or maybe what credit you might be able to be registered for while you're doing an internship experience, our faculty are going to be able to guide you through that process. We're also going to help you with resume and cover letter review, because obviously you have to have strong documents in order to apply to these opportunities. We help you with your interview preparation. If you're heading up to interview for an internship or a co-op experience, we can assist you with that preparation. And throughout the semester, we offer a menu of different workshops on topics that would pertain to internship and getting these like professional development opportunities. As I mentioned, we do host the Job Shadow program. That's a really wonderful experience that you can look into or get involved in, that isn't as long-term as an internship per se. So it's not as much of a commitment, but it's really helpful if you're at that stage where you're still wanting to figure out exactly what direction to head with your major, what industry you might want to apply it to, or if you just want to get a little sampling or a little taste of a certain career path, then job shadowing is a great program to look into. And then the Nights of Distinction, as I mentioned, is also housed in our office, but I'm not going to go into detail of that because following my presentation is actually going to be my esteemed colleague, Dr. Tonos, and she will tell you more about that program. Okay, so meet the team. Who are we? So we have our interim director, Veronica Haynes, and a new addition to our team is our service learning program manager, Haley Winston. And then, of course, Dr. Rocio Tonos for the Nights of Distinction program. And our faculty, we are divvied up into the colleges and different program areas that we serve. So depending on your major, that would determine who you would make an appointment with in our office, okay? So we have Madhya Acharya. She is liaised to the College of Business, the College of Health Professions and Science, College of Medicine, College of Nursing, and she's also the liaison for the UCF Global. We have Chinyan Chuo. She is liaised to the College of Community Innovation and Education, College of Sciences, College of Undergraduate Studies, and she also oversees the Orlando Health Program and the Washington Center Internship Program. Then there's me. I am liaised to the College of Engineering and Computer Science, the College of Optics and Photonics, College of Graduate Studies, and I also handle the internships abroad. And then Tiana Tucker, she is liaised to the College of Arts and Humanities, Nicholson School of Communication and Media, Rosen College of Hospitality Management, Burnett Honors College, and she's liaised to the Multicultural Academic Support Services, MASS. All right. As I mentioned, Handshake is what you would use to make appointments with us. All of you as UCF students automatically have a Handshake account. You just have to activate it by accepting the terms and conditions. Hopefully you've all done that because it is our main job board and we do strongly encourage all UCF students to be active on Handshake. You would use Handshake to search and apply to internships, co-ops, part-time jobs, career type jobs once you're getting close to graduation. You can also use it, as I mentioned, to schedule appointments with us at Experiential Learning, as well as with professionals in career services. You would use it to sign up for interviews with employers. You can also use it to view which employers are coming on campus to host info sessions and so on. And all of our major events are also managed through Handshake. So, you know, if you're looking out for those details like the big internship fair that we put on or the career expo, all of those major events are going to be listed on Handshake. So really important to get up and running with Handshake and always keep your profile up to date, okay? This is something that I want to drive home to all of you. Register your internship, okay? If you are participating in an internship, or perhaps you know you've already accepted an internship for summer, just know that you can register your internship. That's very important. You want that experience to show up on your transcript. And also you want to look into whether or not you can receive credit for that internship experience. We will help you navigate that. There are some majors that actually don't offer internship experience, internship credit, but we can help you navigate those waters, so to speak. But anyway, there is a form on Handshake called the Experience Form. You find it under the Career Center tab, and you would fill that out and submit it, and then that comes through to us, and we can help process and guide you in the right direction. Why would you register your internship? Again, I mentioned that it's going to show up on your transcript, so that's always good, especially if you're thinking of grad school down the road or you're applying to a professional school. Really nice to have everything demonstrated on your transcript. By registering it, you would be in an internship course. Therefore, you automatically get that support of the faculty member that's leading the course. So if anything should go awry or you have questions or need some coaching, we are there to support you through that. Also, it's actually great when these things are reported, because UCF obviously has a measure of how many of our students are getting this great experience before they graduate. And there's no way for you to count, as you know, within the larger numbers of who's doing internships unless you register that internship. We also offer credit. We have internship courses for credit through experiential learning. So if your major has like some sort of electives, general electives built in where you have some flexibility, then being registered for credit within our program might actually help you meet your graduation requirements. Again, we can help navigate that. We communicate with your academic advisors just to make sure we get you registered for the right thing. But it's very beneficial that way, because you know it's not kind of like killing two birds with one stone, right? You do your experience, get that wonderful opportunity, as well as knock out some of the credit towards graduation. Just in case you were wondering, the internship courses, how are they graded? It's an SU grade. And these are the hour requirements for our experiential learning internship courses. So 100+ hours if you're going to be registered for a 0 credit internship, and then 135 hours of work if you're wanting to receive 1 to 3 credits. And this is a snippet of the workshops that we offer throughout the semester. If you're participating in certain programs that maybe require you to attend professional development type workshops, often we are liaised with many of those programs like Link, and I know College of Business, and also CECS ODI office, and I believe some others. So if that's the case, we can always verify your attendance at our workshops for that purpose. And these are the topics that we cover in our workshops every semester. So connecting with experiential learning, finding an internship, Handshake, employers and opportunities at your fingertips, writing your best resume and cover letter for internships, maximize your internship experience, and ace your internship interview. And I mentioned our key events like our internship fair that we put that on every fall, every spring. It is the largest internship fair of its kind on campus. The last place we had it physically was the arena, but of course we shifted to having virtual events using the Career Fair Plus app. We also host the Service Learning Showcase. That's fall and spring semesters. Students that are participating in service learning can, of course, showcase their experience. When we were on campus, it was held in the Pegasus Ballroom, but of course now it is online, and I'm sure Rocio will talk a little bit more about that. But I do encourage you to follow us on social media if you aren't already, because that can be a great way to just keep up to date with what employers are coming on campus, great opportunities that you should take advantage of, knowing the deadlines to apply for the Job Shadow program, all those tidbits, as well as we spotlight students who are doing internships and so on. So you just can learn more about these opportunities. So definitely follow us on one of these platforms that you use, and please come by and see us. We'd love to meet with you. Again, all our meetings are virtual. So when you schedule your appointment on Handshake, your faculty person will send you a Zoom link, and we'll have a great meeting with you via Zoom. Okay, that's everything I have. Enjoy the rest of this event. Take care.
designed to help all of you to fill the gaps in your resumes and also to fill the gaps in your own experiences. I'm sorry, there we go. We also want to help you identify goals and craft individual goals to reach your personal and professional goals. We want to help you engage in meaningful and high impact experiences, as Sandra just mentioned, such as co-ops, internships, study abroad, undergraduate research, and more. We also want to help you reflect on how those experiences prepare you for the next stage of your career after UCF. We also want to guide you and help you to showcase your work and achievements by creating a final e-portfolio, and I'll talk about it in a few minutes. And we also want to guide you and support you to graduate with distinction. In this program, we help all students to integrate learning. We want all of you to integrate your coursework and the real world experiences. And we do that through a reflection process. So we help you reflect on how those experiences are actually helping you to reach your goals. And to do that, we work around 5 different milestones. And those are: number 1, planning and self-assessment; number 2, citizenship; number 3, leadership; 4, high impact learning; and number 5, nights in the world. So we want to help you plan, connect, and reflect throughout those 5 milestones. And all students will complete different activities that will help them get points toward reaching the goal for each milestone. 25 points for milestone 1, 25 points for citizenship, 50 points for leadership, 75 points for high impact learning, and 50 points for nights in the world. And then we combine all those experiences and reflections and everything you did, and then we do the final e-portfolio to showcase your work, achievements, and experiences. The Nights of Distinction will provide you a lot of resources, among them one-on-one mentoring and feedback. We meet with students on a daily basis. We talk to them, we email them, and we're in constant and direct communication with all of our students. We have about 310 students right now, and we're growing as a program. And that's why we're so happy to have this opportunity, because we want to serve more students. We want to invite more of you to become part of the program, to join us. We also provide advising meetings, exclusive and hands-on workshops. And we also give you access to different workshops, co-curricular experiences, and opportunities. We want to help you gain experience and skills, and that's why we're here. As I mentioned, we help all students to work on a final product, which is the e-portfolio. The e-portfolio is an academic and professional electronic portfolio. It's like a personal website for all students to showcase what they want to showcase for prospect employers, or maybe for prospect graduate school admission boards. We want you to market yourself, tell about your story. What are your achievements? What do you want to showcase? And use your e-portfolio as your key for that. The e-portfolio is also an electronic journal about the steps that you are taking to pursue your professional goals. We want you to showcase, once again, all those experiences and skills that you have. And we want you to share that e-portfolio with your networks. We have, as I said, about 304 students, and all of them are actually doing a lot of wonderful things. We have actually this semester 2 students that are part of the Nights of Distinction program who were recipients of the Order of Pegasus Award. We have Nikki Ann Bajelos, and we also have Mariana Kellis. They were the recipients this semester. And as Mariana and Nikki Ann, we know that a lot of them are doing great things and achieving a lot of things. And they do have a great opinion about the program, and they want to invite you to join our program. We have Maria Millington, who was also a recipient of the Order of Pegasus Award last semester. And we have a lot of students just like you, achieving, working hard. And we want all of you to know that this is a great opportunity to join the program and to benefit from everything that we have to offer you. We want to serve more students. We want to see more students graduating with distinction. We accept applications on a rolling basis. There you have our website. You can go there and apply. Students who graduate and successfully complete the program will get a formal designation on their transcript and also a medallion to wear at graduation. Here you have our social media information. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And here you have our contact information. Email us whenever you can. We're always available. We're always responding emails. We want to serve you. We want you to take advantage of the Knights of Distinction program and its benefits. There you have our website, and you can also schedule an appointment with us through Handshake. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the evening.
So one of the reasons why we invited these various departments, because one of the things at Mass that we understand and we realize is that networking is important. And so the networking with either undergraduate admissions, experiential learning, or Knights of Distinction can really help catapult you into whatever it is that you want to do or plan to do for the future. Let me give you an example. One of our students who was active and involved in one of our programs in Mass eventually went over to undergraduate research and Ramp McNair and started doing research. And so after he graduated, well, before he graduated, he was an engineering major and he was accepted to Carnegie Mellon. Not only was he accepted into Carnegie Mellon, but he was accepted into Carnegie Mellon with a full scholarship, $70,000 a year. That's what he received because he was involved in experiential learning or undergraduate research. And so the key behind all of this is helping you to understand that there are departments that are here that can help you, that can really open up doors and open up windows for you that you had no idea could happen. You know, I'm thinking about students that were involved in undergraduate research not undergraduate research, experiential learning. And because they were involved in experiential learning, they were able to receive an internship, and that internship as a finance major working for Verizon turned into a full-time job. So that is why we invited our friends to talk with you this evening, because we want to make sure that you are aware of all of these different opportunities that are here for you, because they can truly make a difference and open up avenues and doors that you could never even thought of. And so that is why we had these three talk with you this evening. So now what we'll do, I'll turn it over to Dheeraj Lawani, who will introduce our keynote speaker. Dheeraj?
Yes, thank you for the little introduction, Mr. Jackson. Hello, everyone. My name is Dheeraj Lawani. My pronouns are he, him, his. And today I'll be introducing our amazing keynote speaker, Mrs. Tammy Nadeau. So Tammy Nadeau is a leading higher education professional who has directly served first-generation students, veterans, and former foster youth in student support services, enrollment services, and student affairs. She is a passionate, student-centered practitioner who advocates for the student success of students. She believes that understanding the unique experiences of diverse students help establish and foster a culture of support in higher education. She has over 25 years of professional, public, and private higher education experience. Before receiving her BSBA in Management, Master of Public Administration Administrative, and an ED Specialist degree in Curriculum and Instruction / Administrative Leadership from the University of West Florida, she spent several years promoting access to higher education for first-generation students at Pensacola State University. Upon graduation, she settled at the University of West Florida and continued promoting first-generation access and student success. She has been a TRIO director, financial aid director, academic dean, and instructor. She is currently and Assistant Director of Multicultural Academic and Support Services at the University of Central Florida. Nadeau is passionate about first-generation student success and has played a significant role in creating and leadership of programs that serve first-generation students. She has played an integral role in establishing new programs and expanding programs such as Knight's First Generation Program, Collegiate Male Institute, and the Sister to Sister program. At the University of Central Florida, Nadeau is responsible for co-leading first generation initiatives for the university. She has been instrumental in increasing first generation student success rate that continues to eliminate the achievement gaps and reduce barriers for first generation students towards a successful graduation. She contributed to the university's designation as a First Gen Forward institution and a member of the inaugural cohort of First Scholars Network by the NASPA Center for First Generation Success. Nadeau is committed to creating opportunities for student leadership development. She is a long-term advisor for first-generation students of the First Knights, She's First, an RSO on campus, Tri Alpha, a first-generation honor society, Castles for Knights, and the National Council of Negro Women. She also leads a model campus-based support program for foster youth, which has generated recognition from the Helios Foundation for promoting degree attainment across foster youth. Nadeau is excited to have recently completed her dissertation at the University of University of West Florida. Her intended graduation date is May 2021. She enjoys spending time with her husband and 3 children, ages 32, 26, and 21.
Thank you, Derek. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tammy Nadeau. I am a first generation graduate and a doctoral scholar. I currently serve as the Assistant Director of Multicultural Academic and Support Services. On behalf of the Mass Office, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome each of you to the 2021 Virtual Excellence in Action celebration. In my role, I have the privilege of leading innovative programs which impact the well-being and academic success of UCF Knights. I'm so excited to have joined you this afternoon and to honor and celebrate your academic achievements as UCF Knights. For over 25 years, I have had the honor and pleasure of being involved with celebrating many milestones of students to include honors, recognitions, and graduations. Tonight, I am honored to celebrate you and your academic achievements. Mr. Jackson, thank you for the invitation to speak this evening. This evening, we are gathered here to recognize the accomplishments of students who have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher. This is truly excellence at its finest. But some of us, or maybe the majority of us, have had to dig a little deeper, try a little harder, or even simply figure it out on our own. Before we talk about our achievements and what success means to each of you this afternoon, I want each of you to think about what is your personal uniqueness. In other words, what makes you unique? Keep that question at the forefront of your mind as you listen to my speech this afternoon. It was not long ago that I sat in that very chair that you are sitting in, eager to graduate. ready to make my own money and go out into the real world. But prior to that, I recall a time when I was sitting in my 2-bedroom apartment with my daughter prior to graduation, and I did not know where our next meal would come from, nor did I know where I would get money to pay our next month's monthly bills. I remember telling her at that time, baby, just hang in here with me for a little while longer. Because mama may be broke, but I'm not broken. This is when I began to ask myself, what makes me unique? Yes, I was first generation. Yes, I was multiracial. Yes, I made it to college. But just as easily had I made the decision to attend college, I could have simply easily decided that I didn't want to complete college as well. It's like a domino. Many of you probably have heard of the domino effect, right? When one thing goes bad, often other things follow. For some of us, we call that the ripple effect. Because before you know it, a series of things are happening, things that keep you off track, things that are distracting you from what your goals should truly be. That means being a little uncomfortable at times. Certainly, a level of doubt sets in. Should I be here? Why am I here? And definitely fear, absolute fear. Fear of failure, whether it is your grades, relationships with your friends, or simply just letting our families down. So I figured out what made me unique. I figured it out quickly as a freshman. And I used those attributes to succeed. Yes, it was frustrating. No, it wasn't easy. Yes, I cried a lot, but I never gave up. And I'm going to share with you 3 of those attributes this afternoon. The first quality that made me unique was my eagerness to learn. Yes, I'm a learner. Learning is easy for me. I was driven by my own talents, no one else's talents but my own. I want you to understand, and I'm going to repeat that. I was driven by my own talents and not anyone else's talents. Because once you begin to follow other people's talents, you lose sight of your own. And before you know it, you may have not have graduated, or you may not have reached the dreams that you want to have reached. I wanted to improve and be better. But most importantly, I valued education. I knew that earning a college degree would change the social and economic trajectory of my life. That was the first unique thing I learned about myself. The second thing I learned about myself was that I was an achiever, driven by my own talents, strengths, and success. What does that mean? It means that I can mentally take a task, break it down, simplify it, and save time, money, and personal and team efforts. But really, it simply means I'm a hard worker. I'm normally the first one in the office, one of the last ones to leave. When the boss asks if something needs to be done, I'm quickly to raise my hand and say, yes, I'll do that. And lastly, I realized that I enjoy being connected to other people. I believe everything happens for a reason. I am confident that things in our universe are linked together. Most importantly, I face life's challenges and I'm not afraid to create new opportunities for others. If I may leave you with a few recommendations, now that you know a little bit more about what makes me unique, I asked several of my mentors as I've grown and developed in my professional career and in my academic career, what made you successful? And I always keep a journal of things that they've told me. And I would like to share 6 of those with you this afternoon. The first was, success never comes easy. Be ready for a good fight. It is worth every second. The second recommendation was, be the best you can be. If you always try your best, then you will never have to wonder if you should have done more. Thirdly, struggle today for a better tomorrow. I'm gonna say that again, because I think sometimes we as students and scholars are a little confused about that. Struggle today for a better tomorrow, meaning you must know that no matter how difficult life gets, don't quit. Next, good things take time. You should not rush greatness. What you're doing here at the university is greatness, boldness, excellence. And it takes time. Next, have a plan for your success. Don't leave it to happenstance. Don't leave it to someone else. Don't leave it to your friend. Don't say, my friend's in this microbiology major and I'm going to go to medical school because my friend is going to medical school. Go to medical school because that is your plan for success. And finally, failure is the door to success. Each mistake that you make will teach you something new. Never forget that. Those were some of the greatest recommendations that my mentors could have given me personally and professionally. As you begin your next semester, or if this is your last semester, always remember what makes you unique. Think about that. Knights, we applaud and recognize your outstanding academic achievements. To the parents, family members, guardians, and friends, thank you for all you do to support our Knights in their academic journey. Next, I would like to say thank you to Multicultural Academic and Support Services and the team for holding such an excellent event and their commitment and continued commitment to the success of all UCF students. Students, this evening, we celebrate your accomplishments. And I would like to leave you with a poem. The title of the poem is A Creed to Live By. Don't undermine your worth by comparing yourself with others. It is because we are different that each of us is special. Don't set your goals by what other people deem important. Only you know what is best for you. Don't take for granted the things closest to your heart. Cling to that as you would your life, for without them, life is meaningless. Don't let your life slip through your fingers by living in the past or the future. By living your life one day at a time, you live all the days of your life. Don't give up when you still have something to give. Nothing is really over until the moment you stop trying. Don't be afraid to admit that you are less than perfect. It is the fragile thread that binds us each together. Don't be afraid to encounter risks. It is by taking chances that we learn how to be brave. Don't shut love out of your life by saying it's impossible to find. The quickest way to receive love is to give love. The fastest way to lose love is to love too tightly. And the best way to keep love is to give it wings. Don't dismiss your dreams. To be without dreams is to be without hope. To be without hope is to be without purpose. Don't run through life so fast that you forget where you've been, but always know where you're going. Life is not a race, but a journey to be savored every step of the way. Again, thank you, Mr. Jackson, for giving me the opportunity to address tonight's scholars. We are extremely proud of you. We're extremely proud of your accomplishments. Go Knights and charge on. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. You just had some great words there. I was just writing down some of them, and talking about respecting and saving this journey, because before you know it, your time at UCF will be over and you will be moving on. So you want to definitely make sure that you just take advantage of every opportunity that you have here at UCF. So Tammy, thank you so much for your presentation this evening. So what I'd like to do is just kind of explain what's going to happen just in regards to the certificates, because I know there are some people who are wondering. And so what we're going to do is we're going to email you your certificate, being that there were about 700 to 800 people on the call today. It might take us a while to get all of them out. So give us about a week or week and a half to 2 weeks to get that to you. But you just want to make sure when you registered that we have your email address. And so that's how you will be receiving the certificate. Unfortunately, in these COVID times, we would definitely like to be together to take pictures. And that's the part that I love the most, and having family members come and take pictures with you. And normally we would be in Pegasus Ballroom, and we would invite everyone up on the stage, and we would take a group picture with all 700 of you. But unfortunately, in this COVID environment, we are not allowed to do that with what we have here through Zoom. So I apologize. We really wanted to do this live, but the university said you cannot do this live. And so the best you can do is through Zoom. But we did want to recognize you and just tell you how much we are appreciative of the hard work that you have done here at UCF. To have at least a 3.5 GPA is nothing to sneeze at. You have done an absolutely fantastic job, and we are so proud of what you have done. Before we leave today, one of the things I would like to do is just recognize someone who has put in a lot of work to make this event possible. And so I'd like Emily Winchester to turn her video on so people can see you. Emily, we just want to thank you for the hard work that you've put in for today's event. It's not easy trying to gather all of the people together and getting all of the invitations sent out and all of those different types of things. But I want you to know that you have done an absolutely fantastic job. And so we want to thank you. I'll give you, normally they put up the little hand clapping. So I'll do the little hand clapping for you. So thank you so much. For those of you that don't know, Emily is our graduate assistant. And, I always like to teach. And so you might not be aware of what a graduate assistant is. And so a graduate assistant is someone who works in an office. Emily works 20 hours a week in our office, and we pay her. But we also provide her with free tuition. So her tuition for graduate school is paid. Now you might ask, how do you do this? Well, wherever you're going, if you decide to go on to graduate school, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to the admissions office. You're also reaching out to the departments that you might have an interest in. but it is a way to cut the cost of going to graduate school. And so Emily has been with us. Is this which year? Is this the second year, Emily? And so she's still got one more year with us. So we're excited to still have her here for one more year. Normally, graduate school is 2 years, but for Emily, it's 3, and we're happy because we don't want to lose her. But we definitely want to make sure that you're aware of that. And so, the point is there are a lot of opportunities that are out here that you can use to cut the cost. We talked about undergraduate research, the opportunities there, internships that you might be able to receive. And there are I know of some students that have gone through UCF and have been employed, and their employers have also paid for their graduate school. But if you're interested in graduate school, there are all types of opportunities for that. And so we are as we come to a close, we want to thank you for the hard work that you've put in. We know it wasn't easy. And so we wanted to make sure that we recognized you. Would it be better if we were able to take pictures of everyone? Of course. It would be better. I would love to take pictures with you and your family. But unfortunately, because of the times that we're in, we're not able to do that. But next year, if you are still here and you maintain that GPA, I promise you, I will be here to take pictures with you. And I will be happy to do it with you and your parents. We want to make sure that we make that happen. And so as we close, I know the event only scheduled for an hour, and we are at that hour now. We want to thank you for being here, for being a part of the Excellence in Action program. Be on the lookout for your certificates. You should probably get them in about 1 to 2 weeks through your email. And then if you want to frame that, feel free and go ahead and frame that and put that on the wall, because that is an absolutely fantastic accomplishment. We want to thank Ms. Kupperman, Ms. Leon Barth, and Ms. Tonos for their presentations today. We want to thank Darridge and Tammy for that great presentation that we had. And so this brings a conclusion to the Excellence in Action program. Once again, if Mass can help you, if you're not aware of where we're located in the Student Union, room 154. And so if we can help you, if you want to email us, if you have a question, if you want to get involved, if you were trying to be engaged, we can help you do that. And so once again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you for all of the presenters and our keynote speaker and the person who put it all together, Emily. And we look forward to hopefully getting back to normal in the fall, and then you can stop in the office. And like I said, if we can help you in any way, that's what we're here for. So thank you also to Ms. Cheryl and individuals that helped us put this whole thing together on Zoom. So thank you once again. Have a great evening. And once again, congratulations.
Mr. Jackson, you have one question. Will we be streaming this live somewhere so others can see it?
Yes, we are recording it. And so if you're interested in receiving the recording, you can just email us at mass, M-A-S-S, at ucf.edu, and we can send you the link so others can see it. So thank you for that question. So thank you once again. Have a great evening.
Thank you.